What's up, stream? Spooky horror game time. I apologize if it's a little loud. This is the minimum the game will let me set the volume to, so. So Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. I just finished playing... whatchamacallit? There's a word for it. It's in my brain. Amnesia, The Dark Descent is the one I just finished playing. Why can't you guys see this loading screen? I think there might be something wrong with my game capture. That or the game crashed. Oh, nope. What's happening? I can't see anything because my monitor turned off. Who makes a beast of himself removes himself from the pain of being human. Dr. Samuel Johnson.
Daddy, Daddy, please don't kill me.
The hell? Why did I look like I was a tiny person? I was a tiny person. Is that the amnesia potion? Oh, no, that's my bed. Why is there a cage on my bed? And why does it have such a creaky door? In my dreams, I see a man dressed in jaguar skins and feathered like a blooded saint. What came from the heart lubricated us. It crushed evil under its tread and liberated us all. The foetid heat of the jungle. I don't know that word. Mirrored somewhere behind my forehead. Mirrored, maybe? Oh, it is mirrored. I thought this was a U. Mirrored somewhere behind my forehead. My temple pounds. The blood boils in my skull. It feels as if there is something alive there. A rat. A damn rat gnawing through my brains. Eating its way into the world. Even the loud and numb will not quell its endless hunger. I hear my children playing in the attic, but it fills me with terror, not love. What desperate thoughts are these? Oh. There's a lamp. Cool.
Daddy, find us!
Note has been added to the journal. Just J for your notes. And to check these whenever you get stuck. I wake alone to the house in silence. That missing sound of children playing is like a dark, fecund sculpture beckoning me to begin a descent to the loam, where surely only bodies may be found. No matter, my children call, and I shall answer after I find them.
Papa, this way.
I held your hand and watched the blood pool between your legs. You lived long enough to see Edwin, but not Enoch. I will take care of them, my love. I promise you this.
Interesting. So, did his wife maybe die while giving birth? Sounds like maybe. They slept in the attic when they were babes in arms, and perhaps they have hidden there now. I remember I insisted upon it midway between my bedroom and the office. What am I missing? Was there not a door here? Oh, that I can pull this down. I swear to God there was a door there.
There's a bad man coming.
What? I think the game is bugged. That's what it looks like. I was pulling out the lantern and it just was not doing anything. Yeah, it definitely was just bugged. Daddy says there won't be a Christmas this year. He is much too busy. Nanny says we must not disturb him. He is ever so busy. He is gone for work before she wakes us, and often we are asleep before he returns. We found a bird in the garden with a broken wing. We gave it to Nanny, who said it was a filthy thing, and hit it with a rolling pin. Later we crept downstairs to bury the body when everyone was asleep. There was a pig in the garden. We heard it snuffing about. Then Daddy came and said we had to come inside straight away. He was furious, but we think he'd been crying again.
We're hiding, Daddy.
This game already feels like a lot creepier to me than the last one. Like, it's making me wish this doorway had a door so I could close it behind me, which the last game I was not concerned about. Yes, he said, I know these ruins. He was a shabby fellow, all rotten with some malodorous disease. I caught him looking at me strangely, as if he really wanted to know how I knew of them. Biting back the temptation to box his ears for the impudence, I simply smiled and told him that my family's library contained intriguing travel books. The illiterate oaf did not understand that, of course. He agreed to lead us anyway. I've told the children, truly, this will be an extraordinary adventure. If those old stones hold the financial benefits I predict, it will merely be the first of many. Oh my god, he got an orb. And now the shadow's here. Ah, stairs. Lovely. Why are these doors locked like this? That's a fucking weird ass way to have doors locked.
Daddy.
You don't mind if I record this, do you? I find it most useful.
Ah, you have one of those wonderful tomated pills. No, of course not, my dear fellow.
It's my own design, Professor, along with everything you see.
Most useful. You understand, of course, why the mystery sent me. That they have concerns.
it? So he was looking for an orb, it looks like. Poker. Did I say B? Weird. Can I take the shotgun, please, game? I don't want to. I don't want to go in there. Okay, well, I have to go in there. The bank is refusing credit, the ignorant swine. I sit alone at night and weep. Once the children and servants are safely asleep when they cannot hear me, my darling, how I need you now. They say I have squandered my fortune, that my investment in these latest machines has ruined the family name. What? That I was to remain a local butcher? What are these two arms compared to the multitude that can be applied without pay, without tire, by adapting the mechanisms we find in the looms and the mills? But if the bank has its way, it will all come to nothing. If they come for the house, I swear I will kill them. I will kill them all. I will take my rifle. My rifle.
Hello?
Precious eagle cactus fruit. Help us.
What? Replacement is dissatisfactory, so like a pump, better the intestinal canal, like a paper town, already hosting intrusion and the breed. Brass better than copper, more resistant. Filaments sewn to bone hold. Marrow pipe removal with needle potential. Composite replacement straightforward, will respond to electromagnetic inducement to increase yield rate. Serum provides accelerant resetting, resulting in naturalized movement within 2 or 3 days. Subjects still require severing of frontal lobes to reduce emotional distress upon reactivation. Damn it, damn this wretched soul, if only it were like clockwork.
This dawning epoch, this age of reason, an empire grown fat, ripe for the bleeding.
Oh. In Lily's honor at banquet, we will fasten the great mouth dawn over the chimney and inhale the world, and suck the fairies and the nonsense clean from your dirty heart. I don't know why it doesn't show the loading screens on stream. Oh, there it goes.
This way, Papa. Come and see.
Daddy says we're not allowed to play with the animals anymore. We were playing hide and seek with Cook, and he came and shouted at us. Just as we were going to hide behind Mr. Grumpy Teddy, Cook says it's because of the guns in there. But he always lets us help polish them, so it can't be that. Anyway, the room is haunted. If you sneak around there at night, you can hear the ghosts in the walls behind the cases. They are often angry. Or that's how it sounds. We think that's why you can hear them rattling their chains or slamming doors and things like that. We don't like it in there anyway. The voice on the telephone, he speaks as if he knows me, and indeed I seem to remember him like a twin pulled away from the other at birth. I feel we are intertwined, though I cannot conceive of how. I'm a drowning man grasping for the surface within my own house. Beneath me I know there are splendid architectures hidden in the dark, if I can only find the entrances. Where once we sat to weep Lily's passing, under weapons that cannot slay angels to retrieve her from heaven. Look beyond the paintings, Oswald, where once you watched her bathe. The children must have discovered those secret places and taken refuge there. What the fuck, dude? I don't want to go that way. I want to go this way. And after the party, she took my arm and said, "But darling, however did you get from the trophy room to the guest bathroom so quickly? Everyone considers you quite the magician." "My darling, Elizabeth's, my father's house has many rooms, and as for mine, well, it also has secret chambers."
Mandus, do you know me?
Who are you? Where are my children?
Trapped, Mandus. Far below us. The machine is foul. It is breached. It is flooded. The bulkheads are down. The children are engaged. If you help me, I can help you release them. Restore the power, Mandus. Drain the flooding and restart the great engines.
How? Where should I go? Hello? Hello?
I am to have a visitor, the distinguished Professor... Oh, Professor A. He has come to ascertain my mental well-being after my prolonged absence from the club. But I am not stupid. He is here to spy for them. When they stalked the Kipper, he was often called to pontificate upon lacerations and missing organs. And now he comes to me to doff and wheedle, and my dear sir, but you must still grieve, and perhaps just a quick look at your engines, the triumph of the age. He knows nothing of loss, nothing of sacrifice, but to refuse that would simply poke the hornet's nest, invite a swarm of interlopers and thieves. I must entertain this buffoon and submit to his intrusion. Perhaps I should show him the trippery, see whether his stomach, so trained by rummaging in the innards of clumsy, vivisected horrors, is strong enough to stare into real engines of his golden age. I may even introduce him to Jack, or his sons at least. We have stronger locks on the widows now, and we bring their toys to them. Let me come explore the courtyard before I go. To whatever that might be. There's just a lot to explore. I don't know like what's progression and what's secondary. I don't think I closed that door. Dude, that is fucking creepy. Jesus. That's where I was sleeping? No. I don't think so, anyways.
lungs are bleeding, raw. I scrub and scrub, but the smell will not lift. How can I hold my children with these hands now? How can I kiss them goodnight with lips that have issued such instruction?
It's a poem. I'm not reading that. It's a poem or a song of some sort. Where do I press? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? Loki hath come to join stream. Hi, Loki. Alright, so I guess we're just looking for more secret rooms. What the hell? If anywhere's got a secret room, it's gonna be the dining hall.
I must say, my dear man, you look awful.
Yes, I seem to have picked up something rather nasty in Mexico.
I do understand what you've been through. A lesser man would have crumbled. Yet you have made all of this. Your great factory, your charities. It is a wonder for one man alone.
It will all be made clear, Professor. But first, a drink. You can hang out here if you want, Bubba. Mr. Boy, look at the doggo. He's being so good. Unfortunately, I cannot just pet you 24/7, Loki.
supposed to be. Oh. Cool. I did not realize that that had opened up.
I am off to market. I will cry all the way home. I will have none. I will have none at all.
Okay, it's all open now that I've been in here. I see.
It's coming. Come on, Daddy. It's this way.
Metal ticking as it cools and contracts. This must be this strange machine my new friend told me of. My children discovered this place. It is entirely conceivable. They strayed downwards, delighted in their discovery. Very well. It seems my route is predestined. The descent begins. That was the name of the last game. Was the Dark Descent. This is a machine for pigs. So.
Come and see, Papa. We found an egg. A stone egg.
One second, just fixing my blood sugar. I assume it's time for the horror to start. Against the rising waters, curled into his cabin, he barely noticed the passing weeks. They nearly sunk her, but his fever kept it afloat. In the dark, his swan glowing. Entered the cellars in Amnesia, a machine for pigs. I can't see what's happening. Oh. Let's go, my light still works.
Come on, slow coach. It's this way.
Was it a trick, that voice on the phone who seems so close to my own, who seems to know me so well? Does he lead me for a nefarious purpose of his own secret devising, but do I have a choice? Even though his motives are unknown to me, I must find my boys. I will follow the machinery down to the very core of the earth. It will lead me to Edwin and Enoch.
The shaking ground you feel is our attempts to clear the floodwaters. Treachery, Mandus. We were undone. Your children are trapped by this act. You must find them before it is too late.
What do you need me to do? How can I find them?
Always deeper, Mandus. Through the piston room and into the tunnels. Then find the bilge and flush the rotten water. I will help you where I can. But you must be swift, my little friend.
Can we not with the motion blur game? Holy.
Damn this wretched soul. I am given birth to nothing but machinery.
Jesus. Von Keitenbach writes of odic force, whilst the ignorant charlatan blavely, oh my fucking god, upon the soul they are both cretins, to think one who could strive for such great heights without wading first through the puke and innard, without standing upon an architecture of bones. Oh my god, what is with the dumbass names? Montezuma was the wiser, but here in our temples of steel I have witnessed the severed head of a man, recently trampled to death by a runway carriage, Jesus. Immersed in the solution of the Brennenberg compound, open his eyes and cry, "Oh, where are my legs, sir? Where is my body? We are breaking through the barriers of death itself. Oh, my dead darling Lily, it is too late for you, but I promise you this, I will save our children from death, and if need be, I will wrench them from the blackness with this wonderful concoction." Cool. Hey.
Follow us, Papa. We know the way.
Okay.
Hold still, for God's sake, hold still, child. Don't let it get into your eyes. I'm gonna rinse it out now. There. It will be fine. You just need to lie down. Enoch, look to your brother. How many times have I told you not to play in the cellar?
I told you he'd come.
The collar, the neck, the noose, such a fanfare. Her Times wrote it was a splendid occasion. The hunting stretched for streets, and the fanfare blew, a proud day for the family.
I have such visions to share with thee. If my jaw be unshackled and you harvest the crust from my eyes, think of clean madness that my thoughts and words can unfouled be.
But then what if they could stand upright and walk as men? What if the brute were harnessed thus? Would they sing? Would they find their own God? I have seen these things, and I will tell you now. No, no, they will not, but they will happily accept fealty to a God thrust upon them and worship it. Thus given, in this I realize they are no different to the masses, they are much the same as us. Once this irrevocable threshold is passed, I understand that we too are shackled and must be set free. To free the man, we cut the man. In order to cross that great evolutionary line, it must first be painted upon the ground. In America, they talk of building their cities to the skies. To me, this seems folly, but perhaps it is simply a case of a nation founded without a history of its own. We walk upon our histories. They are compacted into a very loam beneath our feet. The engineers we employed talked of this. They talked of how, when building the underground trains, they would often come across older tunnels crisscrossing the capital. What places lie buried beneath us? We are digging, excavating, and appropriating what we find. At the center of the planet, my architect tells me there is a great iron ball. It is the egg of the world. Okay, weird thing to keep in your drawer. We integrate the very latest of knowledge of chemistry using low levels of laudanum derivative in feed to subdue the product even before the initiation of the process. This means that when we drag them from holding pens onto the line, they are less likely to panic and damage machine components, other products, or themselves. This section of the belt is sheathed in rubber and kept well lit to maintain good spirits, and we've actually found that the intelligent placement of gramophones and simple acoustic amplification tubes around the line means we can use music to further suit the product. We find Debussy particularly effective in this regard. Claire de Lune. Warning, fueling pumps, volatile chemicals are in use. These materials are highly corrosive. Wear protection. Hey, it's a dead pig. That's the name of the game. It appears to be some kind of fueling station. I have seen automobiles demonstrated at Mr. Yarnum and Mr. Simmons' works, but the smell here is all wrong. This is not petroleum. Of that I am sure. Everything suggests to me that this machine must be significant in some way. Intriguing, the gates are far too heavy for a man to lift and are instead hoisted aloft by a chain coiled about a tube that appears to be spun by motors connected to these electrical switches. While the fuse is blown, the motor cannot be spun and the gates will remain impenetrable barrier to progress. Another confounded fuse box. The fellow is through his sabotage, if somewhat repetitive. The stench from these barrels is quite discomforting. I would certainly hope that whatever chemistry this room is designed to store is not a defining feature of the flood that threatens my children. It seems this chemical processor is merely one part of a much larger complex. No easy route for me, then. I will follow my fever, the calls of my children, wherever they may lead me as I move further into this strange empire. All the suggestions of a large workforce, yet no actual signs of life. It is every bit as if someone has attempted to carefully create the illusion of a working factory complex, yet this facade, when examined closely, is clearly just a falsification. But I must put aside my anxieties, quell the unease that pits my stomach, and continue on my path. I'm assuming this door is probably locked then. Oh, no. It's a storage room. Imagine they say a machine day that might think like a man. Imagine, they say, a machine one day that might think like a man, as if this is to be desired. One might almost boast of creating a man who breeds like a pig, men and women upon all fours, running carelessly, ejaculating their filthy little missives into the street, alleys and gutters, running freely with the careless spill of their conjoinings, the air thick with the whimperings of lust, bodies streaked with their own emissions. We have created a world where man is so utterly debased he will spray his seed over passers-by, and yet this is the condition Babbage aspired to. No, this is not the machine we seek. Such an entity would be nothing less than a deity, and we would fall upon our knees and worship it. We shall not carve gods to bicker and fornicate. They will exist to clean the world and set us free. I reject Babbage, as I reject these men of government. Let the pigs copulate in the gutters whilst they can. We shall scoop them up and ease their ascension soon enough. Ascension, not obsession.
Come on, Papa. Let's climb this one. I can see more pictures at the top.
Dunstan's Church. Chemical transportation danger, highly corrosive, highly flammable. The canister looks as if it may fit the fuel pump I saw earlier. It certainly carries the same fetid unholy reek. I will not think of that which I saw pass me in its cage. I will not gaze upon again into that dark machine room. A more immediate task presents itself, and the opportunity perhaps to gain access to St. Dunstan's. The church is connected to the plant. How odd. However, it does suggest another route into the main part of the facility. Given the locked doors around the fueling station, the truck blocks my way. However, almost as if the saboteur knew what I might consider the alternative entrance. Dear sweet Lord of all that is good and holy, I must make my escape across container and its putrid contents into this place before that creature that nearly man returns. I will head for the church. Surely such an abomination could not follow me to hallowed ground. Oh. How in the blazes are we supposed to meet these damned schedules if even the basic equipment we are provided will simply not perform its designated function? These cursed, newfangled trucks will only run a fraction of the distance my old nag managed before running out of stinking gasoline. The gaffer says it's fine, and there's plenty of pumps to refill them outside the factory walls, but you end up dragging a blessed tank from the truck to the nearest one to refill it. And the one in the storeroom is empty again. I can't be turning that crank handle all day only to find the tank is empty. Well sod, it says. Well sod, it says I. Enough for the night. And to my bed I go. It's not like anyone needs access to the bleeding graveyard anyway. Harry, if you get this, I'll meet you. It's a Dempson tumbler for a jar. How do I start this thing? Put the fuel in. Hello, game. Is it just supposed to start? Is there something I need to do? Like, oh.
This way, Papa. Come and see. Will it hatch? Can we take it home?
The motion blur!
Of course we can take it home.
Livestock and Bibles. Higgledy piggledy, blue china eyes. My luck comes to the fairest of sky, so maybe I should just put them here. I'm not reading that. Twin candles bent to the will of a central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, I thought, could be trusted with the secret, but he's like all of the others, so the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock, and he says he will enter into our world with them, a shepherd indeed.
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future. We require a new deity, one of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lame hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
Some kind of mechanism, a secret infernal one, no doubt. The missing candlestick is clearly the answer, but why this I cannot fathom. Why hide secret machines in place of prayer, and why are the faithful? Why are there drag marks about the altar as if someone was pulled away? We sat here, I remember, we sat in our black, and we mourned, and we prayed, and we bowed our heads. How I hated God then, how I spurned him. If this is our Lord, this pig who robs me of my wife, then I refute his embrace. I will crave a new God for us all. Such madness, such a fool I was. If such blasphemous ravings had remained within me, I would be doomed. But even here, I feel the machine throb beneath the flags, and I know my path awaits me. The engines fires, the flames are stroked. I hear steam in the walls, vibrations upon the very air. My heart flatters at the prospect of throwing a lever and exposing the workings of this dark contraption, but my children beckon me on, and I cannot fail them. Oh shit. It appears I have no choice, thus I descend, and may God have mercy upon my soul. If this is my bedlam, and I am to be cast as Matthews, then I will wear the mantle for the sake of my boys, and face whatever horrors lie beneath the altar.
Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
What exhumation is this? What rotten fruit? What bestitching of parts? I doubt will ever be found, yet I leave you this. Scrawled in the Matadorous half-light, whilst my tormentor shuffles below, my fellow prisoners keen and squeal in the gloam, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage that signifies it is finally my turn to make that dark journey into the interior. So, fun fact, the game is so dark that I literally cannot see right now. Oh, does it do the same thing on stream? No, it doesn't. Okay. All right, I think I'm going to call it there. Yep, definitely calling it there because we got an achievement. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. I will catch y'all later. Peace.